We have breaking news this evening out of Iceland, where Grindavik have smashed the national transfer record following the £16.5 million signing of 23-year-old Romanian international Mihai Alecu from Arsenal. Now, for more on this story, we cross live to local reporter Chaz Hogan. Yeah, thanks, mate. Look, the fee for Alecu is more than double the previous record, but Villain also moving to get Spurs' 18-year-old Brazilian midfielder Wamberto. He's come in on loan. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to The Impossible Dream with Grindavik, and today we have Champions League football. It is the second qualifying round, first leg against Sofia, Levski Sofia, so a toughish opponent there from Bulgaria. Depending how that goes, we will then either have the second leg or I think it will be the semi-final with the Gags of the Icelandic Cup. It depends on fixture rearrangements. But the big news since last episode is transfer window being opened. We have splashed the cash. Cash has been splashed, and Mihai Alecu is the man we splashed it on. 16.5 million from Arsenal. He is a Romanian international. A number of things to like about this guy: first touch, free kicks, technique, passing, penalty taking, vision, off the ball movement. There's a lot to like. The downsides, positioning isn't maybe so important for a striker or an attacking midfielder. Work rate and teamwork, though, ideally we'd like those to be a little bit higher. But other than that, there's not really any weakness to his game, so I'm hoping he will be a good signing for us. If we have a quick look at his career to date, and well, you can see he has played a game for us and did okay. But yeah, he's come through whatever that team is in Romania. Arsenal signed him for 2.7. He spent time in the Bundesliga and in the Championship, and we signed him for 16.5 million. Have we overpaid? Maybe a little bit, but when we find players of this quality that are willing to join us, I've really just got to go in and get them. And then I've got to sort of figure out now, what does this mean for the rest of the squad? Rojas, Gadini, probably Nellam perhaps as well, though he's signed him as a left winger as well. Somebody will probably find themselves on the outside looking in now, and we will possibly need to sell them. But anyway, I think Alecu is a positive for the squad. Let me know what you guys think. And we did loan in a player as well, and that was Wamberto, an 18-year-old Brazilian from Tottenham. Now, we are paying 12 grand a week of his wages. There's no other fee outside of that. But for an 18-year-old, very, very good. Passing, vision, work rate. He's very much a little Bacali, a Brazilian Bacali. So, again, what I was trying to do is just get that little bit of extra star power in, or quality, I suppose, so that when we come across the bigger teams, we sort of have something to threaten them with. I always feel like although we do have goals in us, maybe I should have been looking to strengthen defence. We've already kind of done that as well. So anyway, we've gone and got Wamberto. His career to date looks a little bit different. He went to Spurs on a free, and then he's come straight to us. Now, he's actually injured. He injured himself in the 7th minute of his first game, so that doesn't maybe bode well. Is he someone we're going to be able to keep? Possibly not, given that his transfer value was over 50 million, but we'll see. It's like Rodrigo, Higuain, Rodrigo Higuain. If we'll keep trying to keep him, and who knows what happens down the line. But for now, I think he is just maybe here for this season and the Champions League, and that's fine. That's fine. If that's all we're getting for, I'm absolutely fine with that. Now, we are in the midst of an injury crisis as well. And I'll just make myself invisible here so that you can see what I'm talking about. And it is primarily in attacking areas as well. Bjornsson is, don't worry about him so much, but it's after this where it becomes a problem. Bautenson, up to a month, is out. Obviously, Neil Bautenson is a very good player for us. Jose Antonio is still out for 10 days to 3 weeks as well. Other players here, Rojas is out up to 2 weeks. And that wouldn't be a big deal if it wasn't for Bautenson, although Alecu coming in does help that a little bit. And Wamberto, as I said, is out for 2 weeks. And you can see here it actually was worse because Scala and Gadini have only just come back from injury as well. So we are kind of coming out of it a little bit, but we are certainly struggling a little bit for some fit players, particularly, as I say, in attacking areas. But there are 2 games to catch you up on, so let's get to that. The first one was the second leg against the Latvians. It was 9-0, of course, in Latvia. We did rotate, unsurprisingly, for the second leg, but let's go see how it played out. Mosquera scored early. And Juleson crossed for Bakali to get our second inside 6 minutes. Arneson picked out Pedersen's run for our third. Before Palacios found Pedersen to make it 4-0. And Bakali picked out Jonsson to get our fifth before half-time. Jonsson was again left unmarked just after the break. Before Bakali found Pedersen for his hat-trick. Juleson crossed for Bjornsson to get his first Grindavik goal. And Bakali found Bjornsson again for our 9th. So, with Aleku and Wamberto unable to be registered, Rojas getting injured in the 6th minute, Pedersen was the next man on the line, our best fit striker, and he got a hat-trick. Pedersen has a European hat-trick after I was bagging him, 2 episodes ago or whatever it was. We were unsurprisingly very good, very dominant in this one. They are an absolute shambles. So 18 goals we put past them, given that the record is, if we get the 50, we break the Champions League record. We're almost halfway there already. I really want to try and just stick it up UEFA, and they're making us play these stupid games when we're clearly too good for it. I just want to run up scores, get their stupid top goal scoring record, and make it so it can never be broken. But also Bakali, if I finish my red, had to play wide left on this one as well, just with injuries and whatnot. So yeah, he did actually look quite good out there, but level of opposition perhaps is debatable. Final game, second game to catch you up on in the league, was against Folsnir. Unnesson's first Grindavik goal opened the scoring. But Datsun found Aleku for a debut goal. Before he got his second. Folsnir pulled one back. Before Mashalek played in Pedersen to make it 4-1. So 4-2 now for Pedersen. Aleku looked very good. That first goal was taken very, very nicely indeed. As I said, Wamberto, 7 minutes. Hemi gone, so that was disappointing. Ramos at right back is continuing to struggle, to be honest, and given that we have someone like Astadi on the bench, I'm already thinking maybe we just cash in on him. We're not short of right backs, so there's no need to persist with him if he's not getting the job done, even though potentially he does look like he could be quite a decent player. But anyway, that was that. But Datsun getting a start in the league was, I think, a first for him as well, though we have seen him a little bit in the gags. League table, although just the one game to catch you up on with the league table. And it is now 11 from 11, a plus 31 goal difference. And it's just happy days all round. Breeder Blink back to where they always used to be, second in the table. It is ridiculously close though, isn't it? Only 4 points between them and 6th. IA thankfully are pushing clear, although only 3 points of the relegation zone. Yeah, I mean Viking, they might even be in Europe this year. If you're wondering how the teams are getting on in Europe, not good. They're all out. So it was short and sweet from the rest of the league, unfortunately. But yeah, that is how the league table looks. Let's go play some Champions League football though. These are the fixtures. We are away to Levski Sofia, which is not going to be an easy game, but we should be able to beat them at this point. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And this was the team we're sending out. The new boys are registered, although Wamberto obviously is injured. So Rafason goes in goal. Jones, Immonen, Mosquera, and Juleson are the back four. It is Jonsson playing a little bit deeper with Mashalek and Bakali in midfield. Palacios and Jofferson will be in wide areas. Aleku is the striker. Now, the reason that the midfield looks a little bit disjointed, I am in the process of selling Diana. To be honest, he is just annoying me. But he, Degen, and who's the other one? Higuain are all at the Olympics, so they're missing right now as well. So add that on top of the injuries that you've just seen. Gadini could maybe sneak onto the bench actually. So let's go and do that. I mean, you couldn't take Pedersen off the bench the way he's playing right now, could you? So let's take Gislason off. That is the reason why it looks a little bit different. Olympics and injuries is, just destroying the squad a little bit right now. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognise any names, I don't believe. What do we want to say to this? Matches should be winning. We are away from home here, aren't we? So let's just stick to the game plan. We'll be fine. Mosquera is nervous. No need to be nervous, mate. You're fine. And he's obviously back from his Copa America ordeal as well. I don't think they did much. I mean, Ecuador's not really expected to do much in the Copa America, I think, unless they host it. Have they won it? I'm trying to remember now. I used to love the Copa America, but it's the time zone over here in the UK. It's not quite as friendly as it was when I was in Canada or Australia. So, yeah, late nights are not my thing anymore. Used to love it. Used to love the World Cup on in Europe. France '98 is one of my all-time favourite months. Yeah, just up all night watching football, but I struggle. I struggle these days. Getting old, man. It's really tough. But yeah, I don't think Ecuador did much. I think they have won it once. But I think I'm also getting that confused with Colombia, because I remember watching Colombia win it when they hosted it a few years ago now. I should probably change these marking assignments, shouldn't I? We've got a free kick there? No. I'm not sure if the mic is picking up screaming children. If it is, I apologise. It's bath time, so that's what that is. Jofferson in for Aleku, and he has a third goal. A YouTube debut goal. His third already as a Grindavik player, and well, that is a very, very nice start to this game indeed. Looking every bit as worth his 16.5 million so far. The proof will come, of course, when we play against. There's no way the mic's not picking up that script. Yeah, the proof will come later on when we're playing better opposition. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't really know what I've signed him to be either, to be honest. Bakali's picked up a bit of a loose ball there. It is away. It's picked up by Jonsson. Mashalek for Palacios. We just sort of tied ourselves a little bit there. There's a bit of width. That's what we like to see. Cross comes in, headed away though. Juleson back in nice and quickly. But still, it is cleared away. And Jonsson will pick it up again. Mashalek wide for Juleson. It's blocked away. Tommy Jones. Tommy Jones in the middle. And it is into the goalkeeper's hands. Mashalek, I think it was, with the shot. Yeah, not really sure what I've signed Aleku to be. If I've signed him to be a striker or an attacking midfielder. He's doing okay. He's a striker right now. Jofferson picks him out. It falls. It breaks. Oh, it's gone everywhere but the back of the net. And still we have possession here. Bakali to Tom Jones, who tries to bend one. But can't find the inside of the post there. Yeah, like I say, it was one of those where he became available to sign. And I just thought, well, he's good. We've kind of got to sign him. He's better than, with the exception of, I'd say, Boutenson, he's better than any attacking player we have, and he's put that just wide. What I've got to be careful of here is not showing too much loyalty to someone like Giddini and Bakali. Like, they are, without a doubt, the manager's favourites. Absolutely love them both. But they are going to have their limitations, I think. I think they have limitations. Bakali, maybe not. And they're not going to ever be club-trained players for us either. So there's a good ball for Aleku. Oh, it's a really, really good finish. But I fear, there it is, offside. Was it by much? Palacios threads it through. Yeah, just didn't quite have the timings right. You wonder if in like a month's time, when they're a little bit more used to playing with each other, if they're on the same wavelength there and that ends up in the back of the net and counting. But there we go, 1-0 at the break. Given that we're away from home, it's not bad, is it? We don't want any complacency here. We've got a stressed out looking Mosquera. You're absolutely fine, mate. Everybody else, though, looks like they're doing a decent job. So we will just get back out there. Jofferson, given that he's one of our academy kids, it's his first real time that we've had to call on him to play a role in a big game like this. And he's doing quite well, isn't he? That is not great. Excuse me, I just had to have a little burp there. That's why I went quiet. Just trying to make sure it didn't come rippling out. Alright. It's one of these, isn't it? We've looked the better team, but if they were to do that, I think he's offside. Is he? No, maybe he's not. Yeah, he is. It is still very finely poised. And was it much offside? I don't know if we're ever going to see somehow. Oh, he's a mile off. Okay, well, that's why he got in behind so comfortably then, isn't it? All right, here we go again. A second goal would certainly make me feel a little bit better. We know going home, don't we, that at home we are a very good team. It's a tough place for teams to come, and Tommy Jones has a go. Maybe not the best effort, though. Mashalek is struggling with the new role. Who could we bring on? Arneson is a promising midfielder. We could stick him in there, I think, couldn't we? The other thing we can do, of course, is we could move Jonsson further forward. But I think if Deanna does indeed end up leaving, which I suspect he will, There's a good ball in, it's a header, and it has fallen for Bakali with a tap-in, his 11th of the season. And in the end, it was quite almost anticlimactic, wasn't it, the way the goal came about? But we'll take it. It's 2-0 on the hour mark. Another good... Juleson has been whipping into loads and loads of good crosses. Good Jefferson, good header. Keeper couldn't really... If he didn't... He's got to tap it over, doesn't he? It's what he's going to do. But either way, back at the net, absolutely fine. I'm assuming it doesn't matter who scores the goal, really. But I've never seen one of these given yet, so... And there we go. Confirm the change. Yes, please. Yeah, Johnson's doing a decent job as sitting in there in front of the back four. So I don't really see a need to necessarily change that. And we do still have Jose Antonio as well. Whether down the line, I mean, that's probably a position... Oh, it's off the crossbar there from somebody. That is probably another position we can look to strengthen. We'll wait and see what happens with Deanna if and when he does leave. One thing that I am really trying to do, because there is a few players now, I think Sonny Johansson, the left back that we signed, I think he's another one that probably Palacios. I don't know what that was, but I hope for your sake it wasn't a shot on goal, because otherwise you're never going to hear the end of that at training. Yeah, I think he's another one that probably needs to go. Not that I don't think I think he's good, and I think he will get better, and I think he'd probably be good enough to play left back for us at some point. But I don't think he's going to get the game time playing for us, which means loaning him out. And in the end, I think I would rather... Oh, that was lungy, and a penalty's been given. And there's suggestions of simulation on Arneson's part. He certainly did look like he milked it, but I think there was probably a foul in there as well. Aleku, though, gets a third, and I'm going to say 3-0 away from home is probably the point where the second leg doesn't need to be shown, isn't it? Jefferson is quite tired. We're almost at the end of the game, so we'll leave him out there. And yeah, it's been fair. It's not been like a 3-0 where we've mugged them off either, which you can get sometimes, can't you, Everton? But yeah, there's a good ball in again. Oh, Jefferson, but the cross was it Juleson again. Magnificent stuff. He is a very, very good right back. And of course, he is Icelandic as well. We nipped him off of Copenhagen, I think it was. And paid a lot of money for what he was. I think we paid 1.2 million for someone who was in their youth team. So I'm, in a way, very glad that he is making himself useful. But yeah, that is definitely now a goal that I think means we don't need to come back. So that means I think it'll be Gags against KFA in the semi-final. It just depends with fixture rearrangements exactly what game the second one will be. But yeah, I mean, even if they were to get one back now, it's not going to change too much, is it? Arneson, good ball for Palacios. Aleku's in the middle on a hat-trick, I think, isn't he? Oh, he's gone down. Bakali's in behind him, and Bakali gets the tap-in that probably stops the penalty being given and Aleku getting a chance for a hat-trick, to be honest. But 5-0, I think that really is showing out the domination we've had here. That is now 23 goals for Champions League qualifying so far. Reminder, of course, Manchester City's record is 49. We need to get to 50. 3 games in, we're almost halfway there. So, yeah, a couple more rounds like this, and it will be going very, very nicely. That record will be coming to Grindavik with us. A 10 from a right back. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Certainly not when they haven't scored a goal. That is magnificent. Well done, Juleson. You've been an absolute star that game. So there we go, 5-star Grindavik triumph. That is all very good. Juleson, he was just brilliant. Just getting forward down that right-hand side, sorry. Absolute star. But guys, wait right there. We'll be back for the second game. Not sure who it's against yet. Hopefully it'll be against... Oh, it doesn't matter who it's against. It'll be a game anyway. Let's enjoy it. Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready for some Cup semi-final football with the Gags, but we've got to catch up on some transfers. Players have left. Deanna has left. He's gone to Capitoline. It's still showing it's Roma, basically. I thought I'd fixed it. I think maybe I didn't go back far enough in the files, but anyway, doesn't matter. 5 million he is left for 50% of the next fee. So obviously the hope here is that he goes there, does very well, moves for 50 million, and then we'll get 25 million of that. So yeah, that is him who was left. Just got annoyed with him, basically, always being unhappy. Carlos Enrique, the Brazilian goalkeeper, I thought we were going to sell on for a nice profit. If we're lucky, we're going to get our money back on him. And the other one that's left is Sonny Johansson. I still think he is a decent, good, young left-back, potentially very good, but I don't think he was going to get the game time. So again, we've got 350 grand fee, which I think is less than what we paid for him, but a 50% sell on. We should at a minimum make our money back on him. We have signed a player as well. It is this guy, Dennis Jenga. Let's go with that. He is here purely as squad depth, and he can play a number of positions, pretty much anywhere in wide areas. You could argue he could even probably play down the middle if we wanted him to. Just physically solid, mentally solid, technically solid. Technically, actually, with dribbling and crossing of 14, and you might even argue he's quite good in a wide area. So we'll see what we get from him. He's here for 2 years, potentially a third year. I think we have an option for 8.5 grand a week. So we'll see. His career to date, somewhat as you would expect. Started in Norway, spent a season in Serie A, Sweden, Denmark, and then some time in England. So yeah, we'll see what he does. But yeah, as far as squad depth goes, I think he's a very good signing. Especially coming in on a free transfer as well. Now, there are 2 games to catch you up on very quickly before we get to this cup game. First up in the league was against Starnen. Aleku gave us the lead. Nelham got free of the defence to make it 2-0. Before the ball fell at his feet to get our third. And Jonsson picked out Nelham's run for his hat-trick. So Nelham back from injury like he'd never been away. The finish on the third, the hat-trick goal was very nice as well. Yeah, this was an more even game than perhaps the score would suggest. We sort of were always in control, but you can see from the XG, they actually out-XG'd us, which surprises me a little bit. They must have, yeah, they did have a really good chance at the end. I think it was imminent, cleared it off the line, but yeah, it was a game that we were the better team in, but it was not a 4-0 game, that's for sure. Other game to catch you up on is, of course, the second leg against Levski Sofia. Gadini's 150th Grindavik goal opened the scoring. And Palacios made it 2-0 on the night. So only 2-0 in the second leg. We went with a very weak team. I sort of picked it, trying to sort of rest players and make sure the Gags are ready to go for their game. And then when I put the team out, it's just like, maybe that's a little weak. But in the end, it was fine. It was never in any real doubt. So 7-0 overall. And in the next round, we have a potentially very tough game against Basel or Baal. I mean, they're a 3.5, start reputation side. They're European regulars. And as far as, third qualifying round the Champions League goes, it's a very, very tough draw, I think. But we'll give them our best. We're a very good team as well. So no doubt they'll be fearing us as much as we are, probably more than what we're fearing them, to be honest. But let's go and have a look here, see what we're doing here with the Gags. We can see here it is Rafferson in goal, Koller, Mortensen, Unnesen and Severson back from injury. It's Arnesen, Turpinson and Olmarksen in midfield. It is Dagberjartsen, Jofferson and Pedersen that are going up front. I had to go back. Which is why it's like this. I forgot to show you the goals. So I've re-recorded. And Boutenson is injured. So that's why we have Pedersen up front. But he's been scoring for fun. On the bench, we have one of the youngsters that's coming through the academy scoring for fun. So, whoever it is that's doing the ability thinks a 1-star. Like I say, absolutely banging them in for the kids. Look at those average match ratings recently. So, yeah, let's see if he gets a chance. We might even give him a first game here. So here are the team sheets. This is our affiliate team, of course, our junior affiliate. I don't recognise any names. I'm not even sure if we've got players on loan there right now, to be honest. What do we want to say to this? Just stick to the game plan. It'll be fine. I'm always terrified when I pick a team of Gags that I've picked someone that's not a Gag. So, yeah, let's... I don't think I've done it. I don't think I've done it yet. But anyway, I'm sure at some point I will. And we'll have to disqualify ourselves from the cup, won't we? But, yeah, it's just a good team these days, isn't it? It really is. Jofferson's got a little bit of a heavy match load. That's because he's been carrying the weight pretty much as left winger. He can also play on the right, so he's been playing on the right-hand side for a little bit as well. If the game is going well, we'll bring Badartson on for him and give Jofferson a bit of a rest. Turpinson, though, with an early corner here. We are at the National Stadium, of course, as well. I dare say it'll be the first time KFA have been here, certainly in a major competition. It looks like they may be struggling to sell out their section of the stadium as well. So, yeah, they'll be absolutely... I don't know if it's split revenue or not, but they'll be absolutely loving it if it is, won't they? I mean, we give them 16 grand a year anyway, so... Oh, it's a good header, and it is Arneson with a first goal for the club. So, well done to him, our promising midfielder, of course, and he's given us a early lead in the game as well. Hopefully it didn't go unnoticed, but Godini's first goal against Levski Sofia was, he's 150th for the club in all competitions. So, yeah, that's a... Mortensen just over the top. That's quite the effort, isn't it? Well done to Godini. What a star he has been. Like I was saying at the top, I don't want to stay overly loyal to him, but he just keeps getting it done for us. The time is going to come, though, unfortunately, it always does, particularly in a league like this where we can only register so many players. We will at some point need to say goodbye to him, and it's going to be one of the hardest players to sell, I think, that we'll get. We are getting some bids for him, but they're like under 100 grand. It's really frustrating. At some point, though, I think we'll, and it might even be this sort of off season that's coming. If he gets a bid that he wants accepted, then we might even just let him go. Look at that ball from Ormarkson. Turpitson sticks it away, and it is 2-0. But Damien Ormarkson, he has been pulling the strings for the Gags pretty much since day one, hasn't he? We don't see too much of him in the league these days. We've just got so many good players that sort of play that position, but he's still very, very good. He's one of those guys that if we sent him anywhere else in the league, he'd be a star, the star player in midfield. But obviously we don't want to do that because we need him for the Gags. And we don't actually have, I mean, we've got Bjornsson that's sort of coming through now, but we don't really, I mean, even Bjornsson's not really a creative sort of style midfielder. He's the only creative midfielder I can think of that we've got, because you can see here, Bjornsson, not particularly creative. He's good, he's a good attacking player, as Arneson gets his second for the club. That is 3-0, and this has, it always had the potential, didn't it, to be a little bit of a rout against the third tier side, and it's certainly looking as though it might be going that way. Yeah, I don't understand why KFA have not been able to get themselves promoted. They've obviously gone on a very good cup run here, and it's not like so the FA Cup in the UK where they will make a packet of money from it. If they get a split of the revenue from this one, then they'll obviously, that's going to be their annual attendance, I would imagine. So they will get some money from that. But we sent some good players down there for them as Collar comes in and unleashes his first of the season. It's his first in a little while, actually. He doesn't get many, and he doesn't play many either, to be fair to him. But that is 4-0. And yeah, David versus Goliath, and David is getting a little bit of a beating here, isn't he? It's a cracking strike from Collar. Anywhere else, and it's a goal of the season contender, but unfortunately for him, he put it straight at the goalkeeper, and better goalkeepers than him would not have kept that out, that's for sure. But 4-0 at the break. We might make one or two changes here. I think Jofferson deserves a rest, so we'll give him that rest, and we can give Bedartson a game. I'd like to let Pedersen get a goal or two if I can before we take him off. But we will, I think, bring on Benediktsson for the second half at some point, and there's nobody else there that really needs the game time. Hadartson, the centre back, played in Europe, so he's had a game recently. Morty Mortensen is getting a little bit unhappy. He wants to go to France, I think it is. Again, don't want to let him go. It's the only reason I'm going to let players go, really, that, oh, I tell you what, there's a goal. Absolute bullet header, and I really hope I can find a KFA logo online, because otherwise, if you saw the thing come across there, I did. It's a good finish. Yeah, I was really hoping to avoid having to do that, if I'm honest. But anyway, let's try demand more. What we don't need is a second half comeback here. I mean, the fact that they've got this far shows that there must be something to them. Yeah, like I say, I just really like them to get to the second tier, because we could sort of use them more then to loan some actual decent players to, rather than, because right now there's the players that I'll send down there, someone like, say, Benediktsson, who, well, I mean, I actually think he's better than his star rating potentially, and they're back to 4-2, and this is now just potentially going a little bit wrong. And I don't think Bedartson on the left side of midfield is going to be particularly to blame for this. Particularly when it comes down the right. Yeah, so slightly concerning. Let's give it a demand more. And what we don't need is a third goal, and then it does start to get a little bit nervy, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure I told him don't get complacent at half-time as well. It's not like I was cracking champagne at half-time. But darts, and it falls for Allmarks, and through to Pedersen. He buries it. And is he onside? It looks as though he is. And it's once again Damien Allmarkson pulling the strings and getting a very, very nice goal away indeed. I don't think I want to bring on Benediktsson now. I think I'd rather Pedersen, who has a decent goal-scoring record recently, just in case. Because KFA, they've not gone on. Let's give them credit here. They've scored 2 goals against us as a third-tier side. They've gone down with a fight, so they'll be happy with the second half. As things stand, they've won the second half, so that's not bad at all. And yeah, I mean, good luck to them getting promoted this year, because, like I said, that would help us out as well. But they've impressed me there. They've done quite well. But we are going to the final anyway. So it's comfortable. It got a little bit nervy, didn't it? But ultimately, it was comfortable. A goal and 2 assists for Turpinson. Just continues to be one of the leaders of the Gags, doesn't he? And, well, that will do it. Do we know who we've got in the... Oh, it is not a potential final. It is a final now. And it will be either HK of the First Division or Fram, who are a decent side in the Pepsi League. So that's who we will have in the final. But guys, that will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. We're through another round in Europe. We're through to the final. And next episode, I suspect we might need both legs versus Bowl. But if we don't, then we'll show the final for the second game. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.